Hey guys, welcome back to the Phlatlab.
Hello.
Everybody hear us all right? It's a whole new Phlatlab. We got the sign painted. We've got carpet on the floor. And we installed the lights back here. And we now have a light up here in the front. So, what do you guys think?
We're still, you know, the lighting isn't as good as we would like it to be, but it's got to be an improvement, right?
I think it is. Because, look, I can hold something up there. And you can actually see it. But what we wanted to ask you guys is, what do you think? With the lights on or with the lights off? I'm going to turn them on. Because we think it kind of bleaches things out. Or yellows them, really.
Most excellent. Looks good, guys.
Yeah, let's get out of the way so I can see.
Hey, is that Trish? Sign looks great. Thanks, guys.
I don't know why we're wearing black tonight. It just happened. Hello, my name is Johnny Cash. I'll turn them off.
All right, so what do you think? On or off?
Camera 1, camera 2.
Probably a delay between the broadcast and the chat.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Well, in any event, thank you very much for joining us tonight for another episode of the Phlatlab show.
Yes.
We really appreciate it. Gonna have a good time.
We have no idea what we're doing. Just we have some ideas. Thanks, Sean.
Off looks more
Off
natural.
looks more natural.
Oh,
Thanks,
We've
Cal.
got an on, we've got an off. Let's see. Scroll down. I have the chat real big. On. Let's see. Light. All right.
We're going to have to take a vote. Let's do a poll.
Okay.
I can't do a poll now.
Off. On. Here, I can do it.
You can?
Well.
Oh, okay.
All right. We got an on. We
Guys,
got an off.
reviewing last week's show, I just want to go over a couple things. I forgot to share a basic CNC viewer link with you guys after I talked about it. Sorry about that, but I have it written down, so I'll probably forget again. No, I'll share it. But if you do a search on Google, you'll see basic CNC viewer. It's really cool.
We have a total tie.
It's a tie.
5 on, 5 off.
Okay, let's try it one more time. I'm going to turn it on. Okay, now step up to the camera a little bit, babe. Because see what happens when it's on, we get real dark for some reason. But if we step closer, ugh. Anyway.
On makes the flat printer 3 turn a yellowish color.
Yeah, I
We've
know.
got more offs.
We're going to try some different bulbs in these lights because we do like them because you can really showcase what's going on there. Our side view camera broke, so we can't really show any close-ups like that.
Yeah, just out of nowhere. We were trying to test the lighting, and we turned that camera on, and it's just shot.
I think it's my fault, actually, because when I was doing the wiring here, I had to get up in the ceiling panels, and I think I crushed the wire to the camera. But anyway, we got it done. Oh, let's go into the Phlat Newz. Are you ready, Trish?
I'm ready.
You are?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay, you're good.
All right, guys. Welcome to the Phlat Newz. This week's Phlat Newz. Wanted to remind everybody about the Design a Flat Game contest. There's less than a week left to submit your designs. We're looking forward to that. What we didn't mention last week on last week's show is it would probably be really good if the game was for 2 players. You know, just in case it's me and Mark here, and you know, if it requires more than 2 players, that could be a problem for us. But it's up to you. It's not necessarily a requirement.
We do have Sweetie, so if a cat can play, the flat cat can join in.
It's not a requirement, but you know, if it's just the 2 of us and we have to play a game, it would certainly be more fun if it was a 2-player game. Just a hint. Also wanted to bring your attention to the Rigid R2400 laminate trimmer attachment that Slowbite just recently posted.
Very cool, man. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, good job.
Speaking of attachments.
Speaking of attachments, that's right.
You guys can't see, but back here, or you might be able to see, it's kind of off the camera, but back here, we made a wallboard hanger for
I'm going to grab a link.
6 attachments. Hold on, I have pictures, actually.
Oh, good.
So let me put some up-close pictures so you can see. So there's a shot of it just with the regular camera. Here it is up close. And basically, it's just a place to hang your attachments. Now, right now we have those 4 plus the regular spindle attachment, but eventually we are going to have one that will fit into these keyways that will hold your bits and perhaps a couple wrenches, which will be nice because you know, it's just nice to have all that stuff right there on hand. And this will probably fill up pretty quick, and depending on what attachments you do have, hopefully they'll be able to fit in there. So we just thought this is a great way to organize some of the attachments coming out. It's pretty simple. It doesn't cost a lot. We have the behind there. I think there's 24 of the T-nuts that come with it, and then the 24 screws. And basically, you just hammer those T-nuts in, and you're good to go. Hanging on the wall with some screws, maybe some anchors, because it does get heavy.
It gets heavy if you keep your tools in with the attachments. If you keep your tools separately, then, you know, it'll be much, much lighter.
Yeah, but I wanted to keep my tools in it. I like it like that because I can actually, let me get back to the main camera real quick. If you leave the connection loose, if I ever need to just use this router for something else, I can easily just pull it out of here and just go use a router on something, which is nice, actually. It makes a nice router holder. I don't have to keep it in the case. It's just right there. So I thought that was cool. The kids helped us paint the sign. We were babysitting Mary's kids, Trisha's sister, and they helped us paint the sign. It came out really good.
Yeah.
So we're happy about that.
They did a great job helping us with that. They got into it. We knocked it out pretty quick, too, having all those hands working on it. So, good job, guys, if you're watching.
Yep, thanks, guys. If I could just break in here for a minute. I wanted to announce that Andre over at Planet CNC, Croco on the platform there, has a new board. It's a 9-axis board. This is what it looks like. It's, of course, the USB, the guy that created the USB controller board now. He has this board. It's a quicker processor. It has all kinds of new features. But it's 9-axis, which is unbelievable.
That is unbelievable. That's his MK2.
Yep, that's his MK2 board. So congratulations, Andre. That thing is awesome, man.
That was a long time in the coming. He worked really hard on that.
And the cool thing about it is it uses the same software we use now. He also has in the works, I don't even know if I'm supposed to say this, but he's got a pendant in the works for it, which is cool. And a jog pendant, you know. And it's just going to be incredible. Now we have to make a robot arm or something like that, you know. Let's see. Oh, speaking of technical, I found this on the internet. I thought it was really cool. This is a 700 megahertz computer running Ubuntu with a 12 megapixel camera module hooked to it, that little black thing. And these guys, it's got HDMI out. It's unbelievable, actually. And what these guys are doing is they're creating a computer for schools so that the school kids can so the school kids will have something. You buy one, they give one away, is their policy, and they're making them as cheap as possible. So it's a full-blown computer. I mean, that's just incredible. And I think he said it's going to be $25, USB powered. So I just thought I'd share that. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that's crazy cheap.
Speaking of cool, Phlatboyz are working on a 3D printer. That's right, guys. I need plastic parts sometimes, and I want to create a 3D printer. So this is a quick sneak peek of what it's going to be, just to test the clearances, how it's sort of going to look. Now, there'll be more on that later, so don't bug us about it. We got a long way to go on that one. But it's going to be cool, trust me. I'm not using the powder technique like you see or anything like that. So I just can't wait, man. That's all I can think about now is 3D printing, you know.
It's true.
So
it's really true.
I'm messing around with that so much. So anyway, that's going to be a lot of fun, and I am going to need some help. And I've already got some questions I've been writing down that I'm hoping that we can pose underneath of the help us design the next Phlatboyz machine. We actually have several machines in the works, but this one in particular is like being pushed to the front. I just really love it. And it's going to be very small. It'll sit on your desktop. You won't be able to print gigantic parts, but you'll the detail is going to be incredible, and it's going to be awesome, man. We need help with resins, mixtures. We need help with programming. I want to be able to go straight from SketchUp into code that this thing can print out. Now, there's people. These are machines that are already in production. People have them, but we're going to make a DIY one and provide all the bones and hardware that you need, so you can just put it together and we can just rapid prototype.
Yeah, you can put it together. You can choose to use different parts. You can, you know.
Yeah, it's going to be cool, man. It's going to be a lot of fun, and so I can't wait to get that going. It is going. It's rolling full steam, actually. So that's what's
Still a ways off
sort of what's going on. So if you see us in here and the camera's on and we're working on something and there's laser beams shooting out, no, not laser beams, but if there's stuff going on in here, that's probably what we're working on. So it's going to be cool. The audio might be off because we're just talking, but
mumbling, talking,
mumbling. Yeah.
RC Flyboy NJ just got here. What is coming out?
Speaking of RC Flyboy NJ, I've already been down the Rip Rap Road, AZ Pilot, and it's cool and everything, but I'll share more with you. I just want to go into a different direction with it. I've been researching them a lot for years now.
Broomstick said, did my husband just buy something?
I wanted to say hi to Nate, and also I checked out his website today, theflyguys.com. If you guys haven't checked it out, man. It's really cool. He's got it set up real nice. He's got the Flatman and MK3 version out. He's doing really good. They got the podcast going, the video, Ustream's going. Very, very cool, Nate. Good job, guys. Excuse me. I don't know why nativity is written down here. Oh, I was working on the nativity scene for Christmas. Ahead of the game for once.
All right, let's see. Wait a minute, I got to read some comments here quickly, if you don't mind. Use laser hardened resin. I have some Vexta stepper motors that need a project.
Yes.
30 inches by 24 inches would be preferable.
Good Lord.
But if it's 3D, you can't call it flat printing anymore.
Well, you can actually, because it does print flat parts to build a 3D object. But anyway, I wanted to mention the QSC that Crash is working on, and John, Mike posted on the Flatform, and he also has it on
All Things
Crash, the quadcopter design. Very cool. It's super simple. You can build it in no time.
Yeah.
And you could use carbon or aluminum or whatever you want for the booms. He's using wood there, but it looks like it's going to be a very simple build.
It does.
I also wanted to mention Crash 5050. David has been filming. He must have just got a new mini cam because he's putting out videos left and right. And so
good job.
We're subscribed to him and we're checking them out. They're cool, man. It's awesome.
Speaking of subscriptions and videos, last I checked, our Make Magazine published Flat Printer 3 Sharpie attachment video was up to 93,000.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so that's cool.
Too bad you don't get $1 for every time that happens.
Yeah.
The Phlatlab would be totally revamped for real. I wanted to mention the Oh, sketchycam.com is up and running. If you go to sketchycam.com, you'll see that we started that. There's still a lot of work to be done there, but we have something going on. I did read your patent, George. It's awesome.
What is the word on laser toys and the quadcopter? Very good question.
Yes, it is.
It comes up quite often here in the Phlatlab.
We've been experimenting with the quads, as you know, and just trying to find the best speed controller, motor, prop combo so to make it easy for everybody. And we think we have one, but we just want to make sure. I mean, we're pushing it to the limit.
Yeah, we're running into a bit of a roadblock because RC Foam is out of a lot of their carbon right now, and we're in need of carbon. So that's kind of where we stand
right now. Yeah. Now it should be in any day.
Well, supposedly. I emailed them and they got back to me just a little bit before the show, and they were expecting a shipment, the largest shipment they had ever gotten, on May 9th. And they told me right before the show that it still isn't there and that they are now expecting it by the end of the month.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to go somewhere else and get it and keep that going.
So I don't know if they're saying by the end of the month to be really safe, because, I mean, they did have a definite delivery date of May 9th. So
we could call.
So it could still be any day, but they're probably tired of me emailing them, asking them.
I wanted to mention Gary, Rescue 911, put up a front table extension idea, and that sort of folds out, almost like pantograph. It's a square rectangle that folds out. It's a really good idea because we never have a front table, and we don't want to put anything in front of the Flat Printer 3 because we have the show and everything, and I'm standing in front of it right now. But anyway, that's the reason why we haven't put it up there. But thank you for sharing it. It looks very, very cool. I'll be right back, guys. I have to blow my nose. I'm sorry.
On that note, let's see what else is in the Phlat Newz. I guess you guys all have probably by now saw the control horn video. It's probably a little bit of overkill. You know, it's a long video. But the point is, you know, if you're just getting into SketchUp or you're just trying to figure out if, you know, you're even able to, or considering a flat printer, not sure how you go about designing, it's a good video to watch. Definitely a lot to learn from that. And
oh, I want to share something. I'll be right there.
Okay. Bear with me, I'm trying to read these notes. QSC Quad, the Fly Guy, Sketchicam, new board from Planet CNC. This one, I know what it says, but I don't know. It says, I think I know what it says, Nativity. Not sure what that's all about. Can't really share Phlat Newz on that. Sorry, guys.
I wanted to share with you guys a new prototype roller that is just full-blown do-it-yourself. It's just a PVC 1.5 inches, but it's nice and rigid. And these end caps have been modified so that they will fit inside of this. Works out really well, and you don't need a press to put anything together. It's PVC to PVC gluing, and you'll be able to just put lock collars on the end where the bearings sit, and it should be very, very cool. So we'll have the end caps available as well as directions on how we put it together, and that way you guys can basically make your own rollers, cover them any way you want.
That's a good point. And what we've been thinking here in the Phlatlab is, since we released the Flat Printer 3, we've had a 30-day turnaround time on that. And that was really intended just for the time period that it took us to complete the kits for all our pre-orders. Maybe the first couple that came in. But here we are, you know, months and months later, and we still have a 30-day turnaround. So we started to examine, why does it take us so long? What is taking us so long? We picked out a couple things that that make our turnaround time that much slower, and also make it difficult for us to have any Flat Printer 3 kits in stock. You know, there's a lot of money involved in stocking all those parts, and you know, our goal since day one is to have 5 Flat Printer 3 kits in stock ready to be shipped. So we're looking into ways like the drive roller that can be built by you instead of by us, because that takes a lot of time, and you know, we have to gather all these parts and, you know, cut rods and do all these things, and you know, that's just a good example of one of the things that slows us down with shipping. So we're moving definitely in that direction. Not quite a bones kit, but some version of a bones kit. We're gonna continue to pack all of the screws, nuts, bearings, and things that would be really difficult or inconvenient to spend time finding, and then give shopping lists for some of the things that are maybe either more expensive and difficult for us to stock, or time consuming for us to have to make a lot of them, but not so time consuming if you just have to make one. So that's the path we're on right now with the Flat Printer 3, and this was a major step, putting together this drive roller. And we'll have to get the end caps manufactured. Right now we have a bunch from the first set that we're getting through, but
and it's nice because they're PVC, and you can pretty much use PVC cement and bond them to anything.
Yeah.
Especially the pulleys.
I don't know if we've ever given an update on our end caps. You know, if you're not one of the ones that were waiting for your rollers for your Flat Printer 3 kits, you might not be as aware, but they worked out great. The manufacturer, he said he'd have it done by the end of that week. He himself, the owner of the company, came in that Saturday, knocked them out. We were there Monday morning to pick them up. So
super nice guys.
Yeah.
Worked with us. Let us jump in line actually to get them done, because they are 4 weeks lead time for any jobs on their lathe.
Yeah, and he just squeezed us right in because we really needed them too, and he did.
Those are a prototype set, Thunderhawk. I actually turned those down on the lathe from the original set just to see how it's going to work out. And I'm waiting for parts to come in to build that set. We have to get a new size rod, precision ground rod, so that we can slide the bearings on instead of press fit them, and that'll save a lot of time for everybody.
Yeah, we're still working out the details of that. We have to test it and, you know, find out all the sizes and all the parts that are needed, but
we have the sizes. They're ordered.
Oh, well, we have the sizes, but you know,
basically I'm going to put a set of 2 of them in here in this machine and test them out, and if it works, then we'll just release everything.
Mm-hmm.
Now the other thing is Sketchicam. I have been testing that, and it's working fine, but the problem is we went to put it together. Someone had asked if Sketchicam was out yet, and it's not. But we went to post it, and what we're trying to do is include some of the plugins that we use all the time bundled in with it, so that when you get it, you'll have flatten, repair broken lines, weld, just the ones that you use a lot. And if you want to install them, you can. If you don't, then you don't have to. So that's something that look for soon, because actually Jovian's helping me with that. So thank you, Jovian.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Jovian, Jovian and I were talking on the phone, and he had a really good idea about making a plane out of plastic. So he has this plane on there called the Dust Devil, and it's a flying wing with wheels, and it looks awesome. So we said, well, let's make a mold. We'll cast it out of 2 parts for 1 wing. We'll overlap, vacuum form it with plastic, overlap it, and build the entire plane out of plastic with maybe foam ribbing in it, which would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I wanted to do tonight, but we had a really busy week, and I didn't have a chance to do all the molds and everything, so we won't be able to do that tonight. We actually didn't have anything put together for tonight, but NC Plot is cool, except you have to buy it. I think they do have a demo version, but if you guys do a search for Basic CNC Viewer, that is a really cool program. and it's easy to use, and you can backplot your drawings before you actually cut them out. Thank you, George.
Broomstick? Yes, your husband just bought something.
We got this plane from a guy, Chris. I don't know his last name.
Well, I don't know if we want to say his last name.
Well, or his handle, I mean, sorry.
Black
Hawk.
Chain.
Okay. That's who is that? Dang it, I know. He's the guy that made the music.
Oh, he's
what is
Rescue
his handle?
911. No, that's Gary.
What is his name? Anyway, I can't believe. I'm sorry, I forgot your name. Anyway, he sent us a plane, but he sent us the CNC file, and it's not posted on the Flatform anywhere. And I went to do a test cut with it, and it goes off the material, off the edge of the material. And I'm not sure if you guys could see it, but it's a twin EDF design. You're not going to be able to see that. It's a twin EDF design, and it's really unique, and I wanted to cut it out, but all I had was the CNC code. What he did was he had set his 0 point off to the side so that when it started, even with a 27.5-inch piece of Depron, it still goes all the way over and hits the edge here. So it will not fit in the design. So it's something I wanted to show you guys. If you ever run into something like this, you can actually shift this drawing anywhere you want and keep the 0 located where it's supposed to be when you start. If you go up, and this is what I had to do to finally get a successful cut. If you go up to program, this is in CNC USB software, sorry. Go to Shift, User, and just go into the Y, because we want to shift it along the Y. Type in negative, I'm going to put negative 0.5. Let's shift it a 1/2 inch. Okay, you won't be able to see it, and I wish I could do it on the other computer, but I can't. But basically, it's shifting it down. It's shifting the work origin while keeping the machine coordinates the same, which is awesome. And I didn't know that it could do it until I tried it earlier tonight. I thought it was really cool. And it might save somebody a design. Let's see.
We also straightened up our tools back here. The original idea was to have the Phlat Burner 3 attachment hanger right here, but this bar in between was blocking the way, and it pushed it out a little bit. And this itself is just like a hutch top piece, you know, it's just sitting here. So we were going to have to screw it to the wall if we wanted to do that. So we screwed that to the wall instead. Thought that was a better thing to do. I think it worked out really good.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so back to this. I've shifted this over all the way to my actual machine line here, where my machine 0 is. I've shifted that whole thing down, but it didn't shift the tool 0. And even if I zero this out, which it already is, but you would think it would move it back down, it won't. And one thing you have to remember if you do this, if you shift something or scale something underneath a program, you need to make sure that after it's completed its cut, you stop it and bring it back to home. Because if you don't, it'll go back to that original 0 and you'll end up hitting the side of the cabinet here. But it is a way around getting this plane to fit within our cut area without having to scale it, which is cool. So that was something, I don't know anything about this plane. I just thought it looked cool, and I wanted to cut this out tonight. And I think I have a couple EDF 50s or 55s from GWS that I can see if it'll fly. I think it'll be cool. It might be really fast. So, broomsticks the man. All right, so you want to do that?
Yeah,
if we're done with the news and everything.
I think news is over.
Yep. All right, cool. I have a piece of Depron here, and we're going to give it a try. Hopefully it does not mess up. You know how expensive this stuff is.
Also, I should take notice that Skyburner's RC Bench Buddy is still in the Phlatlab.
Of course.
There's a little bit of back and forth here with that, but It is a nice addition, I must say. Plus, we're finding all kinds of uses for this bottom tray. We got the control horns from that video, and let's see what it looks like on the camera.
You know, something else I wanted to tell you guys was that you might not know about. I'm still learning CNC USB software as well, but if you hold down the right shift key, you can shift in incremental shifts. And those are set up here on this top feed rate. So if you set your steps for, I got mine set for a 30-second. So 0.31, basically, a little less than 30-second. And if I hold my shift key down and jog like you normally would jog, it'll just click every 1 30-second every time. I should be able to show you that. So here's jogging without it, and then holding down the shift. Or not holding it down, but tapping it. Which actually is nice for when you're doing page up and page down. You get your height set up.
I hear that noise a lot, guys.
I wish I had the shift ability over here on the keypad. And maybe I can assign a key. I don't know. I haven't tried that yet. But I'm going to start cutting. Let's get cracking. All right?
Is it? Yep. I said I could definitely see the close-ups better tonight.
I can't. Okay, good.
Awesome.
Actually, I want to jog this back a little bit more. Thanks to Glenn for giving me the switch. It's a little switch that you plug your tool into, and you can turn it on and off separately from the machine. Nice. You turn the vacuum on. Now the tabbing's not good on this, so we're going to have to fix that. I'm just going to have to tighten it a little. Go home again. Somebody can leave this. If you hit that, it's going to mess it up. Hold on. You just have to watch when it goes back to be that tab. Hopefully it good. I hope it doesn't hit. That's the whole thing. From one end of the screen to the next. Oh my gosh, that's barely. I could have started it once. It's nerve-wracking because you want to see it in the next. Hit. Hit something, baby. Right here. Now remember, I have to stop it before it goes back because it'll go all the way. I'll set it to my hose because not through. Okay.
Rescue 911 said we need that front attachment he designed.
That was an intense cut, man. It went from one extreme to the complete opposite.
And just in case this is your first time watching, normally we tab our parts, and the parts do have tabs on them, but well, most of the parts, but
Some of them have tabs, but I can see where he either forgot the tab or he was tabbing on a corner, so it didn't come out as wide as it should be. But that's all right. I mean, it worked.
So we just watched the cut and put tape where we saw that it may be loose, because otherwise, if your part's loose and the foam tries to move back, your part would have fallen a little bit and hits the surface, and it'll throw off your cut. So
I always love these little pieces that come out after a tab's cut out. Little tiny guys. It's amazing how thin they are and they stay together still.
I'm just gonna cut the tape, or should I peel it off?
Yeah, you can cut right through it. That'll be fine. Depth run is so awesome to cut on the flat runner.
Oh my gosh. It really is.
It comes out beautiful.
Where's the tab? I can't see a tab. Now I have to find tab and tape, which is invisible.
I got some tape on here somewhere too. No, it's just the foam tight.
Well, that wasn't mine. I had tape.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Look at these cuts, you guys. See, it looks like it's bleaching it out for me.
What, the camera?
Yeah, but it is white. Came out really nice. Yeah, I think we're going to have to put some light back there, but I'm looking at the camera over here, but it's something.
Let's try it.
All right. Yeah, but it yellows everything out.
Oh, that might be good for white foam.
see what it looks like. Actually, it's not going to make a difference that way, is it? I don't know. We'll just review this Phlatlab later and see which way looks better, and we'll probably try it over several different Phlatlabs and see what you guys think.
Well, more Phlat news. In case you guys don't know, our Phlatlab shows are now on YouTube, which is awesome.
And iTunes.
And iTunes.
Yep. So we actually have a podcast, a video podcast now, which is pretty cool, man.
We're still figuring out the whole iTunes thing, but they're there. We saw them.
And I guess you can listen to the audio if you don't, you know, if you're riding around the car. Catch it up. Nice.
So here's what we're left with. Look at how much foam was used on this plane.
Now, he sent us this version, but he also sent us a version that's cut out of 3/4 inch foam, which I thought about cutting that one out, but I just like the look of this Depton. I have some of the 3/4. I thought that'd be really cool to try.
This plane is just crazy and looking enough that it actually might fly.
Right.
We don't know if he's flown it. We didn't have a SketchUp file.
Nope.
Nothing. He set the code. You guys might remember on a like 2 weeks ago during our Phlatlab show.
Firebird.
Yep.
I don't know if I mentioned that. That's the name of it.
It's really cool looking.
Now, how are we going to spar this thing? Is the question. I mean, it's pretty obvious that we're going to have to put a spar across the front here.
Asking since it's too dark with the light on.
Too dark park.
Too dark, Mark.
This skinny puppy.
Is that
song.
better?
Too dark park. These are trash. And I'm guessing, I have no idea what these holes are for. I was guessing that the EDF's sitting here. Okay, let's do a dry fit real quick.
Okay.
Because which way's the front? Are you sure? Does it fly like a manta ray? Like this?
It must, right?
Or does it fly like a Ford Klingon type vessel? Forward wing.
These tabs.
Maybe it can go either way. No, it can't, because back here, this is where the vertical tab is.
You see a piece and you know where it goes, put it on there.
So you can't have those up front. Let me see that.
Alright, we've got some comments here. RC Phlatboyz said he'd be glad to help with iTunes if we need it. Thanks, man.
Awesome, man. Thank you. Yeah, you seems like you got it down to science.
3D Mon said it won't fly. It looks like a non-flyable dagger dart. I tried a long time ago.
It won't fly?
Asking agrees. RC Phlatboyz said it looks a lot like RC Power's Blackwing. Love Bug Junkie said the picture's great.
Nice. Can I see that, Mom?
And
Thanks.
Thunderhawk said looks like control surface slots.
You know one thing, it goes together like a champ. Now, there's going to be a lot of weight back here. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It's crazy.
That's crazy.
Do a toss.
Yeah, right. Let's see something. We can't go this way, right? What if we turn these around?
No way.
Nope, they don't line up. So it has to go that way, basically. Anyway,
It
I
looks
just
like the bat signal.
I know. I saw it and I was like, oh my gosh,
Crazy.
that thing looks awesome. We got to cut it out. It came out. It came out cool, but I wish it had more information on it. It's like a mystery plane right now.
We sent him an email, but he had changed his email address and we forgot.
Yeah, and I'm afraid to even glue it together right now because what if I need to take it apart?
Mm-hmm.
That's not right.
That's not right.
Maybe these go on the bottom.
It might fly if things were backwards, like we were trying to do.
Like a tractor.
And here's proof that it should fly. In a YouTube video. AZ Pilot said add a pole to it.
Add a what?
Add a pole. And you have one heck of a pitchfork.
King Neptune.
That's funny.
I don't know. I picture it pitching up a lot because of the because of these. I would cut these off right here, and maybe even add some right here. You know.
Yeah.
Put your battery way up here because you're gonna have all the weight of 2 EDFs back here. I'm not sure what these are for. Still, unless that's how he's controlling them. Oh, those are that's the control surface right here, the elevators. I think Thunderhawk mentioned that.
He did.
Which I just threw away.
Oh. I was thinking, why weren't they cut out with the plane?
They're not really, I guess you could use them for that, but they have to be angled. I'm just going to tape them on there. It is unique looking though, and I thought, let's cut it out. It'd be great. See what it looks like put together.
It was cool because he sent the file. We cut it out one test cut, which was good because there was a few missing tabs. Kind of never know what you're, if it's even been tested, you have no idea.
It's a good thing. I mean, we normally don't get a chance to test cut before the show, so it was a good thing on this one, actually, because I put fan fold in there and I saw the gantry went all the way over and hit this side. So then I realized that the 0 was off, and I wanted to share that with you guys so you knew.
You know, if we had had a chance to cut out that Garlight quad that we were working on a couple weeks ago, and we didn't cut through enough, and we had to sit here for like 45 minutes and try to trim all the pieces and cut them out. Well, you wouldn't believe the next day probably, Mark fixed it during the show. Just said, oh, I'm going to forget what you had to do, some setting. And it built in like 5 minutes. Yeah. Cut out. It was just pop, 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 right out. And Mark had it built dry fit, just like we did on the show. So fast. We were so mad.
It never happens like it should. Yeah, that's cool, man.
All right.
So
put a carbon rod all across the front, close to the
that's
wing
what I'm
tips.
thinking. I don't have one right here.
Is there such a thing as too much rudder? 3D Mon said RC Powers is a whole lot different. This one's tips are going to create some problems.
I think so too. But if I had to strengthen this, I would put the carbon rod, like they're saying, all the way across here. Straight through maybe the bottom of this fuselage. All the way across, That way it strengthens that whole thing. I don't know. But if we get an email back from Chris, we'll share it with you guys if he lets us. Because he did just send us the CNC file. Here's the first one we cut out that didn't work out right. They would be awesome looking combat planes.
Mm-hmm.
And then the bottom didn't cut out. It really stinks because I did that one out of depth wrong thinking I had it. Yeah, water break.
So EDFs have always been a problem here for us.
Yes, they have.
It'd be cool if we could actually get it to fly.
Don't forget to go over to planet-cnc.com and check out Andre's new board and the specs on it. It's just an incredible board. There's something. What's been happening is we've been doing a lot of quad testing lately in the spare time, and I wanted to fly a regular plane. I'm just quads are fun and everything, but I want to get back to flying, you know.
And we need carbon.
And we need carbon, but really I just miss it. I miss flying a regular plane, so I was gonna cut something out tonight.
It is really tail heavy, even right now.
Is it really?
Yeah. Jovian said, by the way, updated software too now.
Yes, I forgot to mention that. New version of the software, he fixed the zeroing problem where you couldn't zero correctly on the different axes. I got to thank Sev1 for that. He discovered that problem.
So I was cleaning up over here earlier, and I found this belongs with the kitchen sink. I don't know how it ended up in here.
That's mine.
It's not.
That's my flat scrubber. Oh, man. I wanted to cut something out, and I don't have it ready.
We're hoping to be able to release a new member of the Flat Fleet soon. And we were going to try to get one ready for the show and release it during the show. We might do that next week. That could be something
because it's really not ready. We're trying to make one. Man, that makes me mad. Trying to make it so we could combat with the new and old. I mean, old and old. We already have the new and old. We got the F-22 Flapper and the P-51 Flat Stang. But did we release the Jumbo? Yes.
Why don't we go through the Flat Fleet again? Do you still have that file?
Yeah. What, all of them lined up?
Yeah.
Okay. It's been a while. Okay. Well, they can vote on one if they want. We'll release it to the Phlatboyz.
Is it on the screen?
Nope. Not yet. Huh?
No.
Are we showing up? I wonder. Yeah, there we are. All right, guys, this is the Flat Fleet. You might remember.
Do we have sound?
Let me see. I can check. Check. Yep, we have sound.
Okay.
Short little cartoon caricature style airplanes that run off of simple motors, 9, 10-inch, 8-inch props, Blue Wonders perhaps for the motors. But this is the Flat Camel, the Flat Corsair, the Edge. This is the one I was working on, mainly because Crash 5050 was asking if anybody had an Edge, and I thought, you know, I do, but it's not ready yet. They're close. I just want to make sure they're right and they're flying good and everything.
The Flat Stang.
A Flat Stang. Flat Scooter. Fits.
That's
the speeder.
Flat Thunder.
Hey, why is the video not, hold on a second. There we go. Little Cherokee. I think that'd be cool. I've cut this out before, and it needs work. That one flew good, actually. Took a while to get it to fly good.
Bird.
That's not complete. We got that one out there.
Flat Cub.
Flat and Decker. That one does not fly. Needs work. That one flies great.
X22 Flapper.
The Flat Osprey auto gyro. The Flat Copter. The Flat Pig. And all of them. So, if you guys want to vote on which one that you like or would like to fly, just let us know. I got the microphone over there. Yeah. Just let us know, and we'll work on that one next. And that will be the next one that we share, and we can fly it. Because by the end of the summer, we better have every one of these out there flying. I really want to get these going. And plus, I got some new motors I'm going to try. They're supposed to be for quads, but I'm going to try them on these. I think they'll be great. The Flat Pig. So, like I said, we're sharing with you guys. If you pick some out that you like, just let us know. And you can post it right underneath of the Flat Fleet section. And you guys know how to get into there under the aircraft plans.
Flat Fleet section is for Flat Club members only. You should have a passcode. If you don't, just send us an email or a PM and we'll give it to you.
We will hook you up.
Yeah.
So I guess that's it. We really didn't have a total show set up, but it still was pretty good. It was short, but we wanted to cut something out to fly for tomorrow, actually, or this weekend, I guess I should say. But if you guys vote on one real quick, I'll do it, and we'll have it up in the next couple days, or at least a day or so.
Maybe we can all fly it this weekend.
We can all fly. It'd be awesome. We can report back on it. Because I really do enjoy them. I'm going to cut something out. I know that. So anyway, I guess that concludes the show. Stay tuned, guys. We got a lot of things coming in the works. We're just trying to get caught up at this point. So the shows are kind of mellow right now, but they're going to be insane as things start progressing here. So once again, God bless. Have a great night, and thanks for hanging out with us in the Phlatlab.
Yep. See you guys next Wednesday night. Thanks a lot.
Same flat time, same flat channel. Good night, guys.
See you on the platform.
Access denied. Server admin status revoked. Your connection to the server has been terminated. See you soon.
Go to sleep now.